What's up, everybody? This is the Take the Nerd Out podcast. I'm John Marco. This is Shimmer. This is where we talk about all things nerd related. This is episode 2, maybe?
Yeah, episode 2.
Episode 2. I don't know if we're counting them because we didn't even technically release the first one, but we're here to just nerd out, basically. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. It's been a very busy day for me, just like getting a lot of content out.
Yeah.
But I've been doing good, man.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I did want to explain our little podcast that's going on. We should call it a show. Should we call it a show?
I like the idea of a show. When I think of like long form content, like I look at like shows like Hot Ones, and I feel like you want it to feel like an event every time we drop an episode,
so
not just like a podcast.
So we're a show. Take the Nerd Out show.
Yeah.
But we're also,
we got to change that.
Yeah, so we do have a nice background. It's really sick. So that side's anime because John is more into anime. This side is superheroes. I'm more into superheroes. So so I think we're going to talk about everything nerd-related, anime, superheroes. And, yeah, I think we're just to recap also. He's an interviewer. I'm an interviewer. No one really interviews us, so we interview each other and have great conversations.
Dude, we've been having some fire conversations. We've already had some clips like Loki go like mini viral.
Yeah.
But it feels like we're setting the streets off in a good way.
Yeah.
Some people are actually like happy to see us together. I saw Honey Crunch comment on a post today, my favorite two like interviewers. Have you met her in person?
Yeah, that's how I met her.
Okay.
It's because I like saw her cosplaying and I was like, oh, yeah, you want to do it? Actually, she pulled up on me and then she was like, oh, are you doing interviews?
Yeah.
I knew nothing. She was dressed up as a One Piece character.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you've seen the clips, not a One Piece fan at all.
But not yet. I've seen so many people turn. Eventually, you'll make that turn.
And I asked her some One Piece questions, and I was like mispronouncing the names. Apparently, I was actually getting the names right. She was mispronouncing them.
Do you remember which were the names?
I forgot the names, but yeah. Kizaru.
Kizaru. Okay.
I said Kizaru.
Uh-huh.
She was like Kizaru.
Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely Kizaru. But she might be more on the manga side because, like, sometimes you'll just, like, not know how to pronounce something if you've never actually heard it.
Yeah.
For example, in JoJo's, they have this thing, Hamon energy, and I've only read it. So I'm like, oh, yeah, Hammond. And, like, everybody looked at me like crazy, like, LARP. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know how to pronounce it.
LARP. So, yeah, we had a few clips, not even an episode out yet, and we've probably amassed, 200,000 views already?
Dude, it's crazy, man.
It's insane. I didn't even expect that. Like, I knew we would do good, but I didn't know we would do that well.
Yeah.
And also, it's cool to see the discourse happening based on our takes, because I think usually as interviewers, we see the discourse based on the other person's takes.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you feel, but to me, that's, like, super cool, because even when people are hating, I'm like, I'm not like mad.
No.
I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, people are talking.
I 100% agree. That's definitely how I internalize it because for so long I've been doing interviews now for 3 years, and I'm so used to kind of putting a spotlight on other people. So if like anybody has anything like negative to say, I'm just like, oh, like that means you watched the video.
Yeah.
I'm like, unless they like say something crazy out of pocket, like speaking of LARP. I got called the LARP for the first time, like in one of my comment sections, like a few months ago, and I didn't know that it was like a thing that people were just kind of like spamming. I remember like my feelings being actually like a little bit hurt. I'm just like, damn, bro, like I'm sorry I didn't like know that one thing. But for the most part, if you actually respond to what I'm saying, then I just kind of take it as a compliment.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, you're very engaged with what we're saying, and there's like actual conversation. Because a lot of my content's very like quick and rapid.
Yeah,
I know yours is a little bit deeper sometimes. So the conversations might be a little bit deeper, but I kind of go for like retention, quick, like, and so the conversations aren't that deep, but I think when we are just like talking about something, people are very engaged. And I'm like, it's super cool to read like all those comments.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's just funny just having your digital footprint online. Like usually my interviews are stationary, but like once I posted a video that included like me walking, and somebody commented like, hey, do you notice you walk with your like 2 toes like pointing out? And I'm like, no, I actually never noticed that. Now thank you for just like pointing that out. Or today my friend Parker posted a video of me playing Smash. And like in the video, I'm actually getting my ass handed to me. And like I'm getting cooked in the comments. So it's just funny to be perceived in that way, but I take it as a compliment for sure.
That's awesome. Well, speaking of that event, you have anything cool happen with you this past week?
Yeah, man. I went to Dream Bash. Shout out to Dream Bash, man. I have such a great time anytime I go.
What is Dream Bash?
So it's essentially like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but as how I perceive it, it's like one of the best blurred spaces in LA.
Yeah.
These guys, Seth and Steven, who goes by Scuba Steve. That's a Big Daddy reference if you guys ever seen that movie. They just throw these like parties like monthly. They were slowing down for a while, but at every one of these parties, they like have Smash cosplay, what's the word? Competitions. They recently did like a screening for the first episode of the live action for One Piece. They do really great work, man. I really appreciate those guys. It's nice to just like go to a party, especially as a taken man, right? So like in the video, I'm playing Smash while there's like a bunch of like women out there in like bikinis, and I'm just like locked in. I'm like, dude, there's nothing else for me to do at this party except play Smash. I'm just locked in, even though I suck.
No, I saw that video and I was like, oh, this is so cool. It's like a giant projector, like kind of like this background.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just massive on a rooftop.
Yeah, it was on a rooftop, level 8.
And there's like a pool, and then you guys are just playing Smash, and I'm like, oh, I'd definitely be in that corner.
The funny part is, it was we couldn't use the Jumbotron really until the sun came down. So before we were on a TV, and we were literally sitting down like crisscross applesauce in front of the TV with like a couch behind us, but like I was on the floor, and I'm like, yeah, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
Just like sitting on the floor playing video games, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How about you though? Anything crazy happened this week? I know what happened, but you gotta tell me.
I went to my first LA party.
Yeah.
Like quote unquote LA party.
You broke your, you popped your LA cherry.
Yeah,
LA party cherry.
And it's funny because I met the host like 2 weeks ago at an anime convention.
Yeah.
And so she was having like a massive birthday party, and she was just like, oh yeah, here's like an invite, pull up. And so I was like, oh, this is cool. It's like a mansion party.
It looked like super swaggy.
Yeah, it was cool. And so as soon we parked in this area, and there was like a shuttle service that's going to
so
the
LA, bro. That's so LA.
Is that normal?
Like not in my case, because I really don't go outside like that besides going to like Dream Bash this weekend, but I'm aware of those types of things.
Okay, like it was just so weird. I was just like, oh, this is cool. And we're all just going in a van to this mansion, and then once we get into the mansion, there's just like a bunch of people, and it was cool. I mean,
was it a freak off? Was it a Diddy party?
It was. So we were going into it thinking like it would be that. It was actually way more.
Just like, what's all this baby oil doing here?
So we're actually disappointed when it wasn't. No, I'm kidding.
This place blows.
There was a lot of adult actresses there.
Okay.
I didn't recognize a lot of them, but we met.
Yeah, I didn't recognize all of them. Sure. We got a saint.
Now I recognize them. No, I'm kidding.
I did my research.
Yeah, I did my research for research purposes. But no, a lot of them were nice, and a lot of people are nice. And you know, people say like, oh, LA parties are like superficial and stuff like that. Maybe they are. But at least like everyone's surface level is like very friendly. Like they're like, hey, they'll talk to you and stuff like that. I know from the East Coast, a lot of people are harsh, like from the get-go, and they might like it takes some time for them to open up to you. I feel like LA it might be reverse, where like people are super friendly and then maybe just like not hit you up or whatever. But sometimes I like prefer that. Yeah,
I saw this meme. It was like, and if you're stuck on the side of the road, an LA person will like drive past and like I'm butchering it, but they'll like drive past and like feel bad. A New York person will pull over, call you a fucking idiot, and then like help you. LA, it's a lot more surface level, but I'm not really perturbed by that myself, because I feel like if you go into it knowing what it is and knowing that like you're gonna meet a lot of people, it's gonna be a lot of surface level relationships, and it's really less about people being superficial, but people just have a lot going on. Like LA's a hustling city. Like people have like 4 jobs.
Yeah.
Like it's very common, and like I don't know. I don't really it doesn't bother me as much to see the superficiality of it, cuz I just take it as like everybody's busy.
Yeah, and also at the same time I'm like you know, it's people are nice, and that's all I want. And I don't expect deep connections at the get-go, like with anybody, you know. I don't expect that much. So I'm just like, at least you're being nice, cool. You know, in places like New York and even the DMV, sometimes people are like rude at first, and then once they like open up, then they're super nice. Actually, was when I was touring apartments around here, this girl was super rude. She's like, oh yeah. I was like, do you have 2 bedroom, 2 bath? She was like, no, we only have 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and like very stern about it. And then closer, like longer the tour went on, she was super nice. And then she was like laughing at my jokes, and I was like, what happened? You're just like super rude to me.
I've seen this movie before.
And then I was like, where are you from, by the way? She's like, oh, I'm from New York. I was like, makes sense.
There's a lot of New Yorkers in LA, and they'll like have that DNA in them. Like, you just can't shake it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's nice. They're both nice either way.
You've been in LA for 2 weeks now. What's your LA hot take right now?
LA hot take?
Or at least just what are your overall thoughts like being here for 2 weeks now, or maybe 3 at this point?
Honestly, I really like it. I think it's dope. Like, the weather sometimes gets way too hot. I'm also in the Valley area, so it gets a little bit hotter.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. Like 100 plus.
Yeah. So, but I love it. It's like super calm, and I kind of have to force myself to be like hustle and bustle and make sure I have that my East Coast work ethic continuing.
I lost all of mine. LA has made me so soft. No,
it's weird because I think things could be burning down. You'd still be like happy.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, oh, like things are chill.
Yeah, the weather's great.
Yeah,
like,
great.
I feel like anytime I'm upset in LA, I like have to really look inward and be like, oh, it's me. Like, because everything else is great. But in New York or like in the East Coast, you could like blame it on the weather. Like, man, this snow, it's ruining my day. But it's like, you don't have that excuse out here.
But no, it's super nice, and I don't know, it's cool having a lot of events too, like every weekend, and putting yourself out there. You'd never know who you're gonna run into, and then when you run to that person, it could lead into something else. And yeah, being here, I'm like, everything is like content related, or like work related, and so even like friends, everyone's like industry adjacent and stuff like that. So it's really cool. You don't have, I wouldn't want to say like being back home, there's a lot of distractions, but you know, sometimes like it is. And, and not that it's bad, like you're just hanging out with friends, but you know,
it's you know, I always relate things back to hip hop because I think in like hip hop lyrics a lot of the times. J. Cole has a line where it's just like, my thirst to adhere is a curse, basically saying like it's a burden to be like pursuing your dreams all the time. And like I think you can relate to that because it's like, yeah, it's just hanging out with your friends, but if you have the mindset that we do, sometimes we'll feel guilty just like doing simple things and we just want to like get to the work. That's why I love stuff like this, because it's like we're hanging out, but then we're also being productive. And sometimes your friends just live a different life. So in LA, you'll find it's easier to find people like on the same wavelength as you. Yeah,
no, and that's super cool because I'm like, oh, you're just as crazy as me, or you're just as wild, or you're even crazier, like in terms of chasing your dream.
Yeah,
like that's what I mean.
People have big dreams out here.
And I think that's super cool because I'm not used to that a lot. You know, people are like, oh, I just want to live a comfortable life, and that's awesome. Like, I love that for people.
I'm jealous of
You're
that.
jealous. No, seriously.
I'm like, I'm just not content.
Literally.
With like what I got, I need more.
It's like a disease, bro.
Yeah.
But it's cool that other people in this area feel that certain way. And also, I wanted to mention this, like being in my area, I felt like a big fish in a small pond. Over here, I feel like a small fish in a big pond. And I think that's elevated my thought process. Like, before I felt like I was doing really good.
Yeah.
Now I am like, oh, I'm not doing great. Like, I need to like make sure this is better. I need to optimize like better. I'm like, oh, I'm seeing how this person's doing something. We need to like, you know, be on that level, even if it's like up there.
Yeah.
I think because it seems like reachable.
Yeah, you know? I 100% believe it, dog. Like, we could like blow up, and like it's all like within reach. Like,
within reach.
Colin and Samir, we're coming for you. Call her daddy, we're coming for you. Like, for you. I don't care. Joe Budden, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you. Yeah, so it all seems reachable, and that's like super exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's recently has been the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to ask you, do you think watching Blue Lock actually emphasizes watching the World Cup?
Honestly, for me, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the biggest sports guy. Shout out to the Knicks, though. I did watch the Knicks games. I love basketball. Soccer is cool. I can enjoy it in person, but you can't tell me that there's a soccer game out there in the world that is better than the last episode of season 2 of Blue Lock. No spoilers of who did it, but who made that. Like, when they made the final goal and the way that it was cut and the way it was stylized, it was honestly, it's better than like real sports to me. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like I said, I'm not a sports guy, so sports animes are like a nice way to feel like I'm, you know, a dude.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, you know, 2D characters running around.
Because I've never seen actually a sports anime ever, and I know Blue Lock is soccer, or some would say football. But when you're watching a World Cup game, are you always thinking of the anime, like, or does watching that anime you feel those emotions kind of like in real life?
I think like definitely it's warped my brain a little bit, like because I haven't been watching the World Cup, but like I'll think like while I'm watching the Knicks play, like I start to think like where their heads are at and like how those like moments, because in Blue Lock it'll be like right before he like scores a goal, and then it'll like hit you with a flashback about like this like person who was like traumatized, and it's just like, I have to do this for my family.
You think that's happening in the game?
So I'm thinking Jalen Brunson, like he's just talking to himself at the free throw, like, if I don't make this, then the Knicks will have to wait another 50 years before winning another NBA or NBA Finals champion. Like that's how I like perceive it. I start to think about like just like where their heads are at. But World Cup wise, I'm not super tapped in.
Gotcha.
I'm half Ecuadorian, and apparently they're doing good.
Yeah.
A lot of my family's like watching the games. Do you have any teams that you're keeping up with?
No, not really. Like whatever's on, I'll kind of watch. I'm not a huge sports guy, but I watched like UFC and stuff like that, and there was a huge UFC Washington D.C. thing that happened last weekend. But we'll get back to that. I wanted to also ask that. I was going to say it would be funny if someone edited the last Knicks game as like the anime and they put that flashback in there.
Oh, that'd be so funny. I'm sure that already exists. Like the sports / like anime world, like there's a lot of edits that like people create. So there's like definitely a symbiotic relationship between that and people like merging those two things together. And then they'll put like Drake or something in the background or something. I don't know.
But last weekend there was the White House UFC championship that happened.
That's what our country has become.
Isn't that crazy? I'm from DC, so that was kind of like, oh, there's finally an event happening like in my area, which is not fully political related. And I was like, oh, and I watch UFC, so I was like, oh, that's really cool to see. But there was I don't know if you've known about him, but there was a fighter, Adesanya, Israel Adesanya. He used to do anime style like poses right before his fights.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I've seen clips then of that.
He used to pose like Rock Lee, and he'll be like, it's so cool that, life imitates art. And sometimes he wouldn't be trying because he would sit like Gaara. Like his opponent would like stand like Gaara when it was Rock Lee versus him, and he was like, oh, it's crazy the parallels and stuff. So I was like, I liked him because it's cool to see like fighting related to something super nerdy. And we had this idea for our podcast where we wanted to bring in guests that you wouldn't expect to be nerdy. And that's kind of like how we conceptualized this name. And we wanted to either take or bring out like the nerdiness out of people.
Who's your dream like interview from, like somebody who you wouldn't expect to be in this world, but like maybe you know that they're in this world?
This might be controversial to say. It's super controversial. You know my answer. I definitely would want Kanye on, because he's talked about Star Wars.
Yeah,
he plays Last of Us 2.
In his first music video, Through the Wire, there's like a bunch of Akira references.
Oh yeah. Like it's crazy. He watches all these nerdy things, and sometimes you forget, but he really watches it and he's really nerdy about music, about this stuff. So
I don't know if it's true, but they say that how he's doing the dome thing like with the concerts, that's from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I don't know if that's true, so like don't fact check me on it, but if it is. Pretty cool. Anime's taking over.
Yeah. So it's anime has referenced his music videos, his vibe, his concerts, and even gaming, even Star Wars. I'm sure he watches Marvel movies too, but I think guests like that.
Nah, Kanye looks like a DC fan.
Yeah, honestly, he probably is a DC fan.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this Spider-Man stuff, it's too traditional, man. I like Green Arrow. I'm like, dude, no one likes Green Arrow.
How about you? What would be a dream guest to have on this?
Honestly, it's somebody that people know is in the nerd space. But I would love to interview Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah, man, that's like a dream interview of mine, just because I'm like, dude, like it's so cool, like. And I also love just like giving a platform to like people who are kind of like hated on in the community because
Mhm.
there's a lot of like toxic energy like towards her. So I kind of like to like give. I mean, not that she needs the platform,
Yeah.
but like just to show support. I try to like to do a bunch of different voices and different types of people. So Meg Thee Stallion, Big Sean.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
love
Big
to
Sean.
interview Big Sean. Eminem, I think, is a big comic book fan.
Yeah, he released a collaboration with Spider-Man
Yeah.
comic book, and one of my friends bought it, but I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah. Even Drake, I think, did a partnership with Marvel. I don't know if Drake's an actual like comic book fan or anything, but
Was it Marvel or DC? It might have been DC.
it might have been DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been DC.
But yeah, I don't know if Drake is so tapped in everywhere. You don't know if he's like really into it or not.
No. I mean, Drake is like the like poster boy for like LARPing. Like if he wants to be a DC fan today, he can be. If he wants to do a Jamaican accent tomorrow, he can be. He just dropped a West Coast song talking about like his love for Oakland. He's not from Oakland.
Do you think Drake is one of the best LARPers of all time?
Oh yeah. He's like the like Drake really needs to like lean into the acting.
Yeah.
Because like the way he's been able to portray all these different characters like throughout his career, like early on, like I might have thought he was from Houston because he was like making so much like Houston music. I think Drake can be anything he wants. I think that man is super talented. He could just shapeshift into anything. He's real life Ditto.
Yeah, literally. And he'll bring some references from like the Arab world. Like I think he named an album Habibi.
Oh, is that an Arab like reference?
Yeah. And so he'll say some words here and there.
Yeah,
and he's from Toronto, so there's a lot of Arabs there.
Yeah.
You know, he's friends with a lot of people. So I don't know. It's cool. Like sometimes like people just get hyped over a word that he says in a song.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, you
Yeah,
shouted us out,
Yeah.
or maybe a beat that he chooses,
Mhm.
like you said, is like West Coast style or
Mhm.
something like that. So he might be one of the best LARPers of all time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I've become like a Drake hater over the years.
Really?
Yeah, man, I'm just tired of Drake. And I don't know how much time we want to spend talking about Drake, but I'm just like Iceman was a good album.
Yeah.
Habiti was okay. I liked Maid of Honor. But it's just not getting much spin in my car. I'm just like, I'm kind of over it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like the things that he talks about just feel so regurgitated and it's like not really believable for me anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like, let's just make something up today because I could make a great song about anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just over it, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, same. But I still respect the amount of effort and like the amount of work that he puts in.
Oh, yeah.
And like how he's been on top, like I respect it. But I'm like, I don't really listen to you as much.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure. This is like the first time that like I didn't really like care for the album, even though I did think it was good. But yeah, I don't know, just didn't gel with me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I want to ask you. Last episode we talked about Game of Thrones,
Oh yeah.
and I brought up One Piece and Game of Thrones, and surprisingly, you really like Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I've seen Game of Thrones, like, and they're gonna kill me because it's like you haven't read A Song of Ice and Fire, so you're not really a fan. I'm like, dude, I saw the show like 5 times. It was like during a breakup period. So like between that and like when I wanted to like switch the vibe, I'd go to like How I Met Your Mother. I would just like watch those 2 shows during that like year period, and like Game of Thrones is great, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I think the same reason why I like One Piece is why I like Game of Thrones, and I really like fleshed out world building, and like there's just so much. Like it's been like some years since I've seen it, but like that old civilization has like its own language in Game of Thrones. I forget like where the Targaryens come from. Like that's crazy that you built a whole language, like a real life like operating language.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful world, man.
Crazy. There's no way you really like that Game of Thrones ending.
I don't think that the Game of Thrones ending is bad. I think it just happened too
crazy.
fast.
That's crazy.
I think it was just too fast and it just didn't make sense. But if they spent an entire season like fleshing out the fall of Daenerys and like seeing her descend into like Mad King, like the Mad King like vibe that she was on, then I think it would have been accepted well. But it was just rushed. I think they just needed one more season.
Yeah.
The only thing, maybe Arya shouldn't have killed the Night King.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I was like, this is for Jon Snow. Like Jon Snow was supposed to do that. I'm not super mad at that though.
Yeah.
I think it just was built up, and then she just did a trick shot and then kills the Night King.
That was fly though. The way that she like dropped the knife and then like picked it up with the other hand and like stabbed him in the hip or whatever. Like that's like a gangster way to like kill the big bad in like your universe. It makes sense. I think it makes sense because like one thing that's a big thing in One Piece is like the will of characters like get carried on. So like Luffy is the reincarnation of Joy Boy. He was a pirate from like the Void Century, or not the Void Century, but like before the Void Century. and Arya is essentially Jon Snow's like will reincarnated. He gave her needle in the first episode, and like he taught her everything she knows. So it's like she's an extension of Jon.
Okay, all right, you're winning me over. But there's no way you like how Bran is the king.
Yeah. Bran ended up being the king of the Seven Kingdoms.
Bran has these crazy superpowers. He can go back in time essentially, and he is the king, even though he never used his powers really. Yeah. Maybe once or twice.
He used it a good amount of times,
but nothing like he could have saved he could have done so much more with his powers.
He was learning. He was still learning.
He was LARPing
as he was LARPing as a three-eyed raven.
Yeah. I don't even think he has them.
He was just lying the whole time. Yeah. I mean, he did the thing with Hodor, right?
Where that was like the only cool moment.
That was lit, and I think he did some spying on the Ice King, right, or the Night King.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot of moments. That I wasn't like, but it didn't bother me as much. I don't know why it bothered people so much. I guess maybe you can tell me why.
It bothered me because I felt like it wasn't deserved. He just came out of nowhere in a wheelchair and being like, "Yo, I have the most power. Give me the king."
But do you really think it makes sense to make Jon Snow the king?
I would love to see Jon Snow as the king. And
he never wanted to be king.
He never wanted.
He just wanted to chill at the wall, bro.
Yeah, that's true. But I think he would have been a great king. Like I think. Same thing as before, right?
I don't think he would have been a good king.
Really?
No.
I don't think Bran is good either. I think Bran knows. I think he should have been like the second hand, or what they call it, the hand, right?
The hand of the king.
The hand of the king. I think it should have been him as the hand of the king.
Yeah.
And then it didn't have to be Jon Snow as the king. It just could have been anybody. I'm glad Tyrion's position where he was at, and also all the Starks except for Jon. I was happy for where they ended up.
Yeah. They gave Sansa. She was king of Winterfell, right? Or maybe the whole North. I don't remember. The thing is with Jon Snow is like you got to think about like the politics that are being played in King's Landing. Jon Snow isn't like built for that.
Yeah.
Like he would have had the Ned Stark like type of ending if he was like put in that position, because eventually the what's the saying, the chickens will come to roost or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like he would have his like whole like cabinet like turn on him, because that's what happened when he was at the wall. Like he died, because of his own naivete. Like I think he's not that smart, but he has the will to like persevere.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, but at the same time, I feel like after this entire experience, he's like, you know what, this is something I don't want, but I'm going to have to do it for the world. Like, I don't know. I feel like he has that little bit in him.
Yeah, I understand. I think that's like where they were kind of, at least fans, I could see why they thought that that's where it was like building towards.
Yeah.
I think if anything, Tyrion probably should have been king.
That would have been cool too.
If there's anybody I would have picked, that was my favorite character on the show.
Tyrion's amazing.
To this day, like in my group chat with my brothers, the quote, the name of the group chat is "I drink and I know things," just because like that's so fire.
Yeah.
And yeah, Tyrion had so many just like great one-liners in that show, man. Yeah. Like, and you realize a lot of that starts to go downhill when they run out of book, because a lot of those really fire quotes came directly from the book. I only know that because I read the first book, and I'm like, oh, like that was like one of my favorite quotes, and it's like literally direct quote from the book.
Yeah.
So they lose a lot of that like quality in writing when the Benioff brothers had to basically make it up on their own, and they also were doing Marvel or some other stuff.
They were doing Star Wars. They were doing Star Wars, and then
which has been ass.
Yeah, it's been terrible. And once I don't know if the directors or producers of Star Wars saw that the ending of Game of Thrones, how it went, and they were like, okay, never mind. Like, I don't know if that was the case.
I'm sure they like lost a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, and so
I haven't heard about them doing anything since.
Yeah, and low-key, I feel bad. Like, I'm not mad at them, but it's like, yo, this great show that you guys made, and you're just like ruining it.
Speaking of endings, I don't know. This isn't on the docket, but I know you're probably a big Boys fan. The Boys. How did you think about Homelander's ending?
Homelander's ending, I actually liked. I just thought he was defeated way too easily, and the power scaling people are complaining about, and it didn't make any sense, because that same episode he flies to space in seconds, but then when he's fighting Butcher and everyone else, he couldn't fly out, and they stopped him. And it's like, wait, what's going on here? But I loved the metaphor when he lost his powers and like he kind of succumbed to Butcher, and that was just really cool to see, and his acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the powers didn't make sense, and I think the entire ending was kind of rushed, and it just you didn't get that feeling. Like, I think it's similar to you with Game of Thrones, how you kind of liked the ending, but it felt rushed.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt with this season.
Yeah, that's a lot of problems in Hollywood. It's just like budget and time constraints, I feel like.
Yeah, because I think they originally wanted to do more episodes so they can flesh it out, but then they had to quickly do it.
And the last 2 seasons of The Boys were kind of like not received well by a lot of people, right?
Yeah, I didn't like the last 2 seasons. This last season, you know how when you watch a show, the final season kind of feels like a final season? Like Game of Thrones felt like that. You're like, okay, I feel things are tying up.
Yeah.
This last season just felt like a normal season. Like, it didn't feel like the end until the last 2 episodes. And I'm like,
it was
what's
like
going on?
anticlimactic a little bit.
Yeah. So even like Parks and Rec, I don't know if you ever watched Parks and Rec,
Yeah,
but the final season, like if you feel like, oh, this is about to end, the Boys didn't feel like that.
Hot take. Parks and Rec is a better show than The Office.
Whoa.
That's my hot take.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
And honestly, I've only seen like 1 season of The Office.
Okay.
But like Steve Carell's character is just insufferable for me. I hate him.
Really?
He's just so annoying.
Nah, he's a goated character. So I've seen both. I haven't seen the last season of The Office, but I've seen everything of the Parks and Rec, and I've seen The Office. And I think it's a personality thing, like depending on what you like. But Steve Carell is actually a goated character if you watch more.
I hear it gets better after season 1. And I think season 1 is probably considered good by a lot of fans, but it was just his character just kind of felt like too over the top for me.
Yeah.
Leslie Knope was like a toned down version.
But bro, Parks and Rec, like everyone's crazy in that.
Yeah, but like at least I don't know. They didn't feel like that crazy.
Dude, Aziz Ansari's character, he's like
he was
kind of crazy. Yeah, he's kind of crazy.
He was hilarious. Audrey,
he is hilarious.
Audrey, her character. Audrey Plaza. We all had a crush on her back in the day. She was like one of the first like emo girls to like really infiltrate the nerd space back in the day.
Yeah.
So hot.
No, but like for me, I think The Office actually is a very good characterization of different archetypes in The Office.
Yeah.
Although it might be a little bit exaggerated. I think Parks and Rec, those are all unique characters.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, they wouldn't exist in the real world.
In the real world.
Steve Carell wouldn't really exist in the real world, but yeah, the ones around him were kind of meant to like keep the show grounded.
Well, I do think Steve Carell is an exaggerated like older person who kind of says outrageous things and doesn't really like think about it. And I've seen that in the Office setting. I'm like, okay, you're definitely like
That's low-key me.
And like, especially if you're a manager, you're like, how are you a manager? Like, it doesn't make sense. And they're trying to fit in. But it's like, you know.
Now that I think about it, I won't dox him, but there was this guy at my office. He was the most senior person at the office, and he was like the most like fratty white dude that like you'll meet. But he low-key was a young Steve Carell. I kid you not. He would go around the office like on a scooter. And just like be like, wee, like just going around in a scooter. And low-key, I loved him for that. But now that I think about it, he was low-key like a little bit like Steve Carell's character.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by like it depends on your personality, right?
Yeah,
like there's cool factors to both. I think Parks and Rec, you don't see those people in real life, but they're very unique characters, and I think The Office, you can kind of see that in the real world.
Yeah, I think I'm just like a hater.
Yeah. I mean,
because I'm like, if I gotta pick Parks and Rec, then that means I have to hate on The Office.
Yeah. And I think it's a valid argument to hate one or the other.
Yeah,
like
why
if
not?
you really love one, like they're kind of similar but different.
Yeah. No, they're very different. I think they're very different. But yeah. Maybe we should go to the next topic. We've talked enough about Parks and Rec.
All right, let me ask you. You're an anime watcher. I'm not gonna ask you about anime though.
I'm like, damn, I got excited.
Yeah, you got it. Are you more excited for Spider-Man or Doomsday?
Oof. Honestly, at this point, I think I'm more excited for Doomsday.
Okay, and why is that?
I think I was honestly surprised and I don't know like the lore of like where it's all supposed to be going and how things lead up to Doomsday.
Yeah.
But I think I've just seen a lot of that iteration of Tom Holland playing Spider-Man, and I didn't like the last one was so good. What was the last one? New Day?
No Way Home.
No Way Home. That one was like amazing to me, and I would have preferred like a mainline story that kind of like brought everybody together first. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a tearjerker, like the fact that like Spider-Man has to like live in this world where like nobody knows who he is, and all that, but I think they really need like a banger to really get back to where they were like in that like hype of the Civil War era.
Gotcha. And you think that this might do it?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I was like not on board with Robert Downey Jr. coming back. I thought it was a little bit cheap. I feel like there's so many actors. Like it's like we don't need to like give. And no shade to Robert Downey Jr., but like it's just like another like popular white guy character. It's like we got that already. It was perfect in 2008 when they first introduced Iron Man, but now I've kind of like leaned more into it, especially just because like it makes sense with the whole like multiverse thing.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it. The end of Fantastic Four, where the baby, Sue and Mr. Fantastic's baby, he's kind of like the central core of the Doomsday stuff, right?
Yeah. So that Doomsday's holding the baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, like at first I feel you. I think I was super pissed that Robert Downey Jr. was Doom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I'm still pissed. I feel like we could have got another actor, but I know that Robert Downey Jr. is just gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Like he's always kills it every time.
He's gonna be great.
Yeah.
He's like an Oscar-winning actor.
Yeah. I want to ask, because you're not fully in, you don't. Do you understand like the entire Marvel universe, like where the timelines, plot lines, the Kang Dynasty, all that stuff?
It gets tricky for me. I'm not gonna lie. It gets tricky for me because I've seen all of it, but like to know like how everything like connects is like where I get lost. And I think a lot of that started when they started just spamming us with TV shows.
Yeah.
And it's just like not Jessica Jones. What was the name of the lawyer girl? She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Like the Loki one, which I hear is like you have to watch the Loki show, and I'm like I don't really want to watch the Loki show.
Yeah.
I just want to watch the movies. Like I don't know.
So even you not watching the shows and all that stuff, you're still hyped for this giant.
If I'm being honest, I'm more hyped for Supergirl.
Oh, really?
I'm way more hyped for Supergirl.
Hey, why?
I just really, really like Guardians 3. I think is probably one of my top 3 favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And to know that like James Gunn is like the heart of that like franchise, and now to see him like now doing like DC stuff. I went into Superman with like high expectations because I'm like, oh, like it's gonna be great, and it just had so much heart. And I hate Superman. Like I hate Superman usually.
Yeah.
Because like I just don't like the like goody two shoes, always do what's right, flat character with like no like qualms. And I know if you watch like the comics or like Smallville, like he's probably more complex, but like the iterations of Superman that I've seen just feels very flat to me.
Yeah.
But with James Gunn, it almost felt like he made Superman like what's the word, like when you go against the grain?
Punk rock.
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
they say.
Like he gave like, and I think that was like part of the branding. It was like, what if like caring about people is punk rock? Like what if being nice is punk rock? Like we came out of the Snyderverse and it was just like I hated all those movies.
Really? You
like,
hated all of them?
I hated all of them because I don't want my superhero movies to be dark and gritty.
Okay.
Like unless it's Batman.
Yeah.
Like they don't like Superman movies don't need to be like Man of Steel was. I feel like the color grade on it was just like flat as hell.
Yeah.
It was just not pleasing to watch. Henry Cavill was like cool.
Yeah.
But I really appreciated like James Gunn interpretation of Superman. There were just some really like some really touching moments in that movie that like resonated with me. Superdog was great.
Oh yeah.
And just the way that they teased it at the end with Supergirl like coming in at the end and like you thought Superman was punk rock. Like wait till you meet his cousin or his niece or whatever, and like she's drunk, like just coming out from a rager, like hey, that's my dog. Like can I have my dog back? Like I love to see kind of, they call it an anime, like a tsundere character. It's kind of just like Sasuke, like kind of like chip on the shoulder type of character. And it feels like she's kind of going to be like a female iteration of that, like with like a dark side.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for it, honestly.
Okay. I mean, James Gunn's not directing it.
He's not?
No.
So isn't it the Guardian? James Gunn is the Guardians guy, right?
Yeah, he's the Guardians guy. He did direct Superman, but he's not directing.
He's not doing Supergirl. Oh, okay. So I knew he did Superman. I thought he was doing Supergirl too.
No, he's just like a executive producer. He's kind of like the Kevin Feige.
Well, he's a part of it, man.
Yeah,
he's a part of it. We got to clip that up just to make me like look crazy. You're like, no, but clip it up to make me look stupid. Like that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
I thought he was honestly like overseeing like every DC project right now.
He is overseeing it, but
Like after that whole like spiel.
I think it's gonna be great. You know, he's not directing it, right? What?
I did not know that. Yeah, I thought he was just his hands were in everything.
Rotten Tomatoes. From an unknown source, I heard it wasn't that great.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But I haven't seen it yet, and I'm excited to see it. And some movies I've seen have had low scores, and I enjoyed them a lot. So yeah, I really loved him.
Yeah.
You did not like him. So, but we'll see.
I didn't hate him as much as the world hated him, but I can object. Like when I walked out, I'm just like, yeah, that was a bad movie.
Damn, bro.
That was not a good
I will
movie.
still glaze that movie. Speaking of Marlon Wayans from him, you saw Scary Movie.
I did see Scary Movie.
Did Scary Movie bring back the parody movies?
I think yes.
Yes.
I think yes. It got really low scores on Rotten Tomato from what I saw.
Which parody movies usually do.
Yeah, exactly. The first one, I don't think like really was that well. It probably was better.
Bro,
like
no way it's rated higher than like a Christopher Nolan film.
No, definitely not. But I like the Scary Movie. Scary Movie 6. I thought it was good. Like I watched it with my girl. The whole time we were like laughing.
Yeah.
Like it was cheap, like low hanging fruit fun. But I thought it was good.
Do you think it holds up to the old ones?
No.
No. Do you think it's close?
Like it could be if I was watching it with like the naked eye, but like the nostalgia that comes with the first three.
Yeah.
It's hard to get even close to that because it was so novel at the time.
Gotcha. And then 2, do you think they made jokes that went against the grain or that you're kind of like, ooh, you could say that now?
No, because I don't think there's really anything you can say that is that like counterculture. I feel like I watch a lot of like comedy, or at least I watch a fair amount of comedy.
Yeah.
And it just seems like right now comedy is in a space of like how can you push the grain.
So
like I personally don't think like anything they said in Scary Movie was anything like more controversial than jokes I've heard from like Andrew Schultz.
Okay.
What's that guy on SNL? The comedian. No, not Kenan Thompson. The white guy. Yeah. Whatever. But like in terms of like a lot of like the white comics that you see out. No, not him. There's another guy. He's hosted a bunch of events. I think he hosted the ESPN thing. But I've just heard like a lot of comedians like go crazy. Like even Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dave Chappelle has like said some crazy stuff over the years. I don't think they got anywhere close to that. How about you?
Wait, in terms of what?
Like do you feel like
comedy?
Like do you feel like they pushed the line?
I didn't watch Scary Movie yet.
Oh, you didn't even see it?
Yeah, I didn't see it yet. That's what I'm asking. I'm like
it's worth the watch, I think.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to watch it. I'm a huge fan of Marlon Wayans and every project that he does, and I watched Naked Gun. I think that was the movie. It came out last year. It was a very low-hanging fruit movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was rated very highly. I don't think it should have been rated that high. I thought it was super dumb, but like I love dumb movies, and I don't know if it's a theater experience per se. Naked Gun, at least. I think it's a cool movie you watch with your friends. Like, yo, let's turn on something and just like have dumb laughs. Maybe Scary Movie is like that. Yeah, but yeah, in terms of comedy now, I think there's a difference between comedians, what they can say, because I think everyone in going into that space kind of is like okay with it. But I think the reason there hasn't been that many comedies in the past few years is because Hollywood is afraid to put so much budget into something that audiences may not react well to.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it sucks because it's left Hollywood like feeling stagnant. But you've seen like the drama was like so heavily pushed on us, right? And then Backrooms outsold it. It was A24's biggest like debut apparently.
Wow.
And like probably a fraction of the budget that they used to like pay Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. It's like a new IP. Like people like the risk is there, but I think there's so much upside.
Yeah.
Like when you actually try something original or like trying to push the line. It kind of sucks that Hollywood is in that space right now. That's honestly why I've been gravitating towards a lot of anime.
Okay. Interesting. Is there any movie other than Supergirl that you're excited to see?
Excited to see. I mean, what are things that are coming out right now?
The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan. The Toy Story 5.
So before I totally flub it again, Christopher Nolan Did he do Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Before I go crazy.
You don't know Christopher Nolan movies? That's
like,
crazy.
Dude, like when you watch Christopher Nolan, man, like you just gotta understand his composition.
But when I ask you about anime, you're like, oh yeah. You say like all these Japanese names. You're like, I love the writing.
I didn't care for Oppenheimer that much.
Okay.
So like, I'm not necessarily going into this movie like, with high expectations. I'm excited that Zendaya's in it. I think she's a brilliant actor. I feel like she didn't get a chance to showcase that in the most recent season of Euphoria.
Okay.
But
no, I agree with you though. Oppenheimer, I don't even think is a top 5 Christopher Nolan film.
Yeah, it won Oscar though for Oscar of the Year or Movie of the Year at the Oscars.
Which I think it is one of the best movies that year. But like Christopher Nolan makes so many bangers that it's not even a top 5 for me.
Yeah.
And so I just don't think he does historical movies that well, or I just don't like him as much as his science fiction or his realistic, like during the times type movies.
Yeah.
Or like magical movies. I think those are much better than his historical but we'll see. I'm excited for the Odyssey. I mean, you got Robert Pattinson, you got Tom Holland, you got Zendaya, you got Matt Damon, you got so many good people in that cast.
It's gonna be huge. I mean, like I think there was a counter on the AMC app to like get your tickets, like, and that movie's not coming out for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like when does it come out? Do you know?
It might be July or August actually.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that one, but it was like a queue to like get your tickets for either that or Spider-Man. We couldn't like quite figure out what the countdown was, but it was some anticipated movie like coming up. I did think Oppenheimer was better than Barbie. But that's like a 2-year-old conversation.
Bro, you're talking about 2 years ago. That's crazy. All right, let me ask you this. Is Kratos now a girl?
Kratos is a girl, and the internet is going absolutely crazy.
Wait, so I don't know the lore. Like, first of all, the girl from Daredevil is now a Kratos?
I don't know who's the girl that they used to like make that character.
Well, it's the girl from Daredevil because I'm a fan of Daredevil and I saw her. And so I'm like, okay, it is her.
Yeah.
But yes, she's great.
No, it's his wife.
It's his wife.
It's his wife, from what I heard. I've never actually played the God of War games, but I did want to talk about just the conversation of just like anti-woke rhetoric that you see online. Like, I don't understand like why people are so butthurt about it. It's borderline like a little bit like it's a little gay. I don't know how else to like beat around the bush, but it's just like why are people so upset that they aren't going to get to look at Kratos' muscly back for like 60 hours? Like, what's wrong with it being a girl? Like, I just don't understand like why that's a problem. I don't know if maybe you were outraged by it.
No. Yeah, dude, I was I want to see that back, bro. No.
Just love when he grunts. Oh my god.
So I've only played the first game for a little bit. I didn't beat it, but I know that they're so good at their storytelling. I forgot what studios it is, but they're really good at their storytelling that I think they can cook with whoever is the main character and whatnot. I think people are just sad or mad about Kratos not being the main character. And so I don't know. I think they'll cook with whatever they do. Yeah. And I think the outrage might be something that they were expecting.
Oh, yeah. It could be like reverse marketing.
Yeah, reverse marketing.
Like just to kind of get the word out there. Maybe the last God of War didn't sell like the other ones did.
I mean, I think personally, I think it did do well. I don't know about the numbers. It probably did well. They just wanted to try something new. Yeah. You know, and I know a lot of these PlayStation studios, they're really good at doing that. Like they switch it up. Like, you know, Last of Us, the first one is kind of completely different from the second game. It's like 2 different storylines.
Yeah. I've heard about the controversy with that switch as well.
Yeah, with that switch as well. And I still prefer the first game over the second game, but I can see how they put in a lot of effort and time into their storytelling and how it could be better or worse or whatnot. But at least they're taking risk when it comes to art, and I can always appreciate when a studio takes a huge risk like that to push the art, push the storytelling, push the characters, and develop their IPs. So you're not stuck on this one character, because keep in mind, with God of War, we've seen, 2 games already? I don't know, 3, 2.5. Before that, there were already 3 or 4 iterations of that God of War. So we've seen Kratos so many times, and I think now that they want to push the envelope, I think that's cool to see.
I think it's definitely cool, and I think it's just like certain games, like they reach a certain fan base when they get so popular that I think like will lean into like the red pill stuff, stuff that you'll see like in a Call of Duty like lobby, or things like that. But like Hades 2, the first Hades you were playing as Hades, and then the next one you play as either his sister or something. But maybe because Hades is like so niche, like as a roguelite, I know a lot of people don't necessarily like to play roguelites. Like that wasn't the conversation. It actually ended up winning, I think, Game of the Year also, Hades 2. And at the end of the day, like people just need to realize that like it's the same studio. So it's like it's not like they're gonna like change the fundamental parts of the game. Like, oh yeah, like Laufey or whatever her name is needs to get a manicure to like power up. Like what do you guys think is gonna like be the thing? It's like it's still gonna be bloody, it's still gonna have great mechanics, like it's gonna be the same just with a different skin. Did you ever like switch your character to a girl like in Pokemon just for the hell of it?
No, because usually in my games I like to make it a version of myself, so I can like relate to it more. So I never did that, but I had friends that would do that. Like, I had the most masculine friend, quote unquote, that I would know play the game, but he would come with the girliest character. And because I think it was just so opposite, it'd be hilarious. Yeah, I have homies like that would do that, and it's just funny. But I personally like to have like a character that I can either look like or resemble, or just like an alter ego version of me.
Usually that's the case for me as well, but like sometimes I'll switch it up. Like I don't know, man. You're not gonna be gay just because you pick a girl character. I'm sorry, like that's just not how it works.
It's like when you choose a girl character, people are nicer to you. You get more Pokemon or something. You're like, oh yeah, here you go.
Yeah, it's just so strange to me, the things that like, I think it's like really like it's really just like a cancer in the community. Honestly, just like this whole anti-woke stuff. Like even when you said the thing about like the Supergirl movie. I'm like, I hope that movie gets a fair shake and it's not just like the anti-woke people like just like crapping on it because like they just hate the idea of like a woman character, which wasn't always the case. I feel like in the 90s they had plenty of like women main characters in movies, and that wasn't the perception. Like people love Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider is amazing.
If Tomb Raider came out today, people would be like, oh, this is Holly woke.
What I do respect is if Tomb Raider came out as a dude, people would be equally as upset.
Maybe.
I
don't think it would be as loud though.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe you're right.
I think some dudes will be upset, but I don't think it would be the same.
Yeah. Okay, maybe you're right. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, but I think it's all about storytelling at the end of the day and gameplay.
Yeah, 100%.
If that works. Because there's other PlayStation games, Horizon Zero Dawn, main character is a girl, and people love that game. Bayonetta.
Bayonetta's fire.
Bayonetta's fire. I've never played, but, people love these characters that main characters are girls. So I think people are just used to Kratos, and then once they switch up, they're,
Yeah, and I guess so.
I want to ask you, I want to do this little game, okay?
Oof, I love games.
So obviously I talk about superheroes. You talk about anime.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you, who do you think is the Spider-Man of anime?
Spider-Man of anime. Okay, so quirky, nerdy. I mean, that's damn near every anime MC.
Yeah, literally. You could pick anybody. It would work.
Uncle Ben died. So who has... I mean, that's also every anime MC who has a family member who dies. Honestly, my first... No, because he's got to be funny, too. Right?
Yeah.
So I was about to say Tanjiro. Okay. But I feel like... Damn, who's the Spider-Man of anime? Damn. Do you have an answer?
I do not have an answer.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to ask you. I was like, hopefully you have an answer. I do have some like maybe close ones, I think, but I don't know. Like I haven't fully watched My Hero, but do you think Deku? Well, Deku's not funny.
That's the thing. It's like everything fits except the funny part, and it's rare that like an anime main character. Actually, you know who I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go with Okarun from Dandadan.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
Okarun
from Dandadan because he is just like your stereotypical like awkward otaku, just like can't like get his way with the ladies. But like when Spider-Man puts on that like suit and like he instantly becomes like funny, more confident. Okarun has like a special version of himself that basically happens after his balls gets taken away by the Turbo Granny ghost. It's crazy. She literally takes his balls, and that's like how the show starts.
So that's the spider bite.
Yeah, that's a spider bite. But when he turns into his like battle form or whatever it's called, he like becomes like a way cooler, chill version of himself. He has like slick remarks. He's a little bit witty. I would say Okarun for sure.
Let us know in the comments if he did good with that one. All right, who is the Batman of anime?
The Batman of anime. Okay, so anybody with prep time.
Yeah, or someone that's rich, super smart, suave.
Oof. Rich, super smart, suave.
I might have an answer to this. I don't know. Maybe. I think I have an answer for this.
It's rare that I feel like a lot of anime characters like are rich, like at least main characters.
It doesn't have to be a main character. It could be a side.
No, it definitely doesn't have to be. Who's somebody with a bunch of gadgets? Honestly, I'm going to go. People are going to kill me for this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Usopp.
Usopp
from One Piece.
Is that the long nose guy?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Usopp is the Batman of anime because he had like if you watch the fight with Usopp and Luffy in Enies Lobby, I believe, right? It's I don't need to explain what Enies Lobby is, but it's they're having this fight where like they basically have a different they're part of the same pirate crew and they have like this difference in opinion on just like what they should do next regarding the Going Merry, which is what I actually have tattooed on me, this the ship from One Piece. And he fights Luffy and you go into it thinking like he's about to get his ass handed to him, and he did, but he had a counter, like he had a little gadget for every single like attack that Luffy had. So like he was in the gym like basically like prepping for like in any contingency like this is how we could take down Luffy. And he wasn't successful, but he gave Luffy a little run for his money. So when he's not cowering around and he actually like locks in, I'm going to go Usopp.
Yo, that's a crazy pick. I haven't even seen One Piece, but that seems like a crazy pick.
Oh, no, it's definitely crazy. They're going to kill me.
For me, I thought I had instantly. It's kind of like the energy, less about like the gadgets and how much money he has. I was thinking Nanami from JJK in terms of like suaveness.
Yeah.
And like how cool he is and how tired of life he kind of is.
Yeah.
So that was my pick. That's probably a terrible pick as well.
But he died. Batman would never die. I mean, maybe he's died in certain iterations of the comics, but I've never seen Batman die. Unless, I guess, The Killing Joke. Did he die in that? No, the Joker died.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to skip this one. Who do you think is the Superman of anime?
It's got to be All Might.
I was thinking that.
It's got to be All Might.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
Just because he's a symbol of hope and peace, and like he shows up with a smile. He like is the archetype, like the stereotypical like superhero, and it fits really well because like basically like I don't know if you've watched My Hero Academia too much.
I watched like the first 10 episodes.
He like makes sense for like the hero era before, and he kind of is the inspiration of like all the heroes to come, just the same way that Superman is in the real world.
Okay.
And then you kind of see like offshoots where like, you know, you'll have like a darker version of him. But I think All Might for sure. I think he like when he shows up, everybody knows that it's all good. Also just like feet wise, like he's super strong and like he doesn't have to do too much. I mean, he doesn't have the laser vision or like X-ray or things like that. Okay. But yeah, I would go All Might.
Okay. Sick. Who do you think is the Captain America of anime?
Captain America of anime.
Kind of like a leader, super goody two-shoe. Kind of helps out. Maybe was gifted something.
True. Okay.
Gifted like power.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was much of a gift for Captain America. Did he want to get hit with that shot, or did he volunteer for that?
Yeah, he volunteered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Captain America of anime. And maybe I should have thought about these answers before.
I told him before the podcast, yo, you want to think about this? He's like, nah, I'll go on the fly. I'll think too much. I was like, all right.
I didn't realize that it would like take any like bit of thinking, which you told me it would. Honestly, I don't know if I have an answer for that. Like my first bet was like Naruto, or my first pick was Naruto, just because I feel like Naruto like really likes to like do things by the book. He doesn't like go off. Like he doesn't like do anything like questionable.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Naruto's a good pick, honestly.
You know, I wasn't thinking that, but that might be a good pick because he becomes a leader. He wasn't, you know, perceived well when he was younger. But once he had that unlock, you know, the the fox and everything like that. He had power within him,
Mm-hmm.
and he had great people around him and whatnot. So I can see how it's good. And Naruto's a super goody two shoe.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think Naruto's a lot more rough in terms of like he's more grittier and will do wrong things here and there. But Captain America is definitely the power of friendship. Like,
Yeah.
if he wanted to, but he could also kick ass, and so can Naruto as well.
Who do you think would win in a fight?
Naruto.
Yeah,
Easily.
right.
Yeah, dude, Naruto's
I
so
wanted
OP.
to see how far the bias went.
Naruto is so OP.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. All right, let me ask you one more. Who do you think is the Wonder Woman of anime?
Wonder Woman of anime. Okay, who's like a girl who like really kicks ass?
Yeah,
Maybe
it could be from a different world
maybe from a different planet.
or from a different realm, something like that.
Huh.
Very strong.
You said Wonder Girl or Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman.
Okay, I was like, who's Wonder Girl? I know Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Damn, I really wish I thought about
Yeah.
these.
I feel like you would have had fire answers.
Yeah, if I just like took the time, 'cause I just need to like look at like a bunch of characters. I'm like, oh, that would be a good pick.
Yeah.
You know who I'm going? Oh wait, no, that's not an anime. I was I was about to pick a DC character, but it's because I was thinking Teen Titans.
Oh,
So I was gonna say Starfire.
Oh god.
But I'm like, that's literally DC. But I was just thinking about somebody from a different planet.
yeah.
Damn, who's like a girl who's like really strong in anime? Honestly, I'm going Maki Zenin. Why not?
Maki. Okay.
Just because of the way she kicks
Yo,
ass.
that's really good answer actually.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
especially because like, doesn't Wonder Woman have like problems like within her own
And her
like
family,
in her own family, and like she has to like go over there and like set people straight.
Yeah, she has to set people. Yeah, no, 100%.
Stronger than 90% of the guys.
Yep. Maki Zenin is such a good pick. Dang. Okay.
Yeah. I think Maki Zenin would fit the bill.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. I think that's a lot of the. You had one thing for me.
Oh yeah. So well, before we had a clip go, do its numbers about you talking about One Piece.
Yeah.
Have you what'd you think about the reaction about what people thought about your take on One Piece?
I loved it. People were like, "Oh, this guy's dumb." Like that's kind of the reaction I wanted, and I love trolling One Piece fans.
Yeah.
Because they're just so in my face.
Yeah.
And so I love it, and all my One Piece friends, like homies, like they know I'm just trolling.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, yo, your anime sucks, big dog. Like, and so yeah, I think I'm having a joy with it.
Yeah.
And
did it make you rethink about maybe giving the series another chance?
no, it made it worse. I'm like, you know what? Now I'm gonna watch it even less.
All right. Well, I got a gift for you.
Oh dang, you got a gift. Second episode.
It's a bit of a gag gift. But, I got you Volume 1.
No way. Wait, that's actually insane.
Because there's a lot of problems that people say about the anime and its pacing and things like that, but the manga is a damn near perfect experience. So this is for you, my brother.
Wow, thank you so much, bro. As a One Piece hater, I am never reading this in my life. No, I appreciate it. This actually might help.
Yeah.
Maybe start it, or I just burn this. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's
just like
messed up.
burn it and like and make content about it.
No, this is an awesome and thoughtful gift, actually, dude. This is so cool.
Dude, I'm glad you like it. No pressure to check it out. I'm not gonna follow up next week and be like, hey, did you read it? But whenever you're ready, it's there. And honestly, it like just gets to the point a lot faster. Like it's really dope. Like Oda's early like art style or Oda's early like paneling is like really great. It kind of deteriorates a little bit like as the manga goes, just because he's getting older.
Yeah.
But honestly, the manga is amazing, man.
One Piece fans, this is how you get someone into One Piece. This is a really cool, actually, like, I've been picking up comics a lot more because I usually don't read comics. I watch, like, the TV or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually building a collection of, like, stuff that I'm reading, and usually it's graphic novels and stuff. And I haven't picked up any manga, so this is actually really cool. So I might actually start this.
Is it your first manga?
No, I've had the Naruto manga and stuff like that.
Okay.
But, yeah, this is, like, maybe the first one in adulthood.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I recommend it, man. Like,
I appreciate it,
I don't
brother.
know if you heard about the show, man, but it's pretty
don't
good.
leave me hanging.
Imagine.
Oh. Save.
You never see me and Peter Parker in the same place. That's all I'm saying.
No, I appreciate it. And if you guys made it this far, we really thank you guys so much. We're still working on the name. This might be the name, but this is the background that we're kind of working with. We're going to try to make something like this. So if you're an artist and know how to make this, please reach out to us. hopefully the long form episodes come out. We definitely want to launch a Patreon as well, where we'll do bonus episodes, and maybe I might start One Piece and we talk about it in the Patreon. So we'll see where it goes. We definitely want to launch a Patreon, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because, but it's super cool so far. Like, these past 2 episodes have been really cool, and the way we've been talking with each other, I think we're offering a lot different opinions than we usually would, because we have 2 different perspectives. So no, I think it's awesome. I think we have lightning in a bottle. And
dude, I 100% agree, man. Like, and also, like, I don't know if we have time to even talk about this right now, but I appreciate you just kind of coming to me with this idea. Just so you guys know, like, this was like Shimmer's idea. He like just moved to LA, hit me up like a few weeks before he moved here, and it was like kind of seeing what I thought about it. And I'm just like, dude, like, I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time and really didn't have the resources or like the like-minded individuals. So I don't know why necessarily you thought I would be a good fit, but I'm appreciative that you did.
No. I mean, the cool thing is, like, I just had a random idea. I was like, oh, what if we did it? And then you were down with it. You're like, oh, I was thinking it too. And I was like, oh, that's super cool. And also, I think we have similar vibes, just in different realms. Yeah. I think that's why I was like, oh, this could be cool. Like, you teach me, I teach you. And we're both chill, both from the East Coast. We had a lot of similarities. Yeah. And I think, and we do have differences too. So I think that's super cool. And I don't know. I just thought we're both interviewers too. And I think both being interviewers, we can ask each other very insightful questions that brings out the nerdiness in us. So no, I mean, I'm glad you were down, and it's cool. Like, we've already had like a bunch of views on our clips. So
yeah, man, it's crazy, man. And you've been like in the game for a minute, so it's an honor to like work with somebody who's like understood social media for as long as you have. It's not easy. So I definitely agree. I think we both have something to offer. I have like some gaps in like my knowledge, and you pick it up for me, just like the James Gunn thing. Yeah. That's so funny. And like, I used to be embarrassed of things like that, but I think it'll be hilarious if we like cut it up.
100%. All right, I appreciate you guys. You can follow us on all social at
John Marco Asks,
and I'm Shimmer Wally everywhere. And hopefully we have socials for this show that we have. And yeah,
yes, sir.
I appreciate you all. Peace.